Hello everyone, this is David Smith. I am at Game Connection in Lyon. I'm very pleased to have with me Karen Lee Hall, the founder and chief exec of Heroic Interactive, which are based in Toronto in Canada. Karen, please tell us what inspired you to get into the video games market.
I came into it actually from television, in that I was a producer of television for kid shows, and our company, I sort of agitated at our company that we needed to get into online games because that's where our audience was, and I thought it made a lot of sense for us to take our shows and get them also into the online game space. And games really, because that's what our audience was doing. So I personally didn't come at it as a gamer myself, but rather as someone producing entertainment for kids, and then I just wanted to continue and expand that.
So I think this is your first role working within the industry. How did you go about setting up Heroic Interactive?
Well, Heroic Interactive initially was a division of a company I was a co-founder of called Heroic Film Company. And so I set up the division, basically, learned about what interactive means, and found a fabulous team. And then this year in July, we set out on our own, basically to set up the company independently and to build games. In the 2 years we were a division of Heroic Film Company, we produced some games related to the TV shows of that company, and learned a lot and really loved it. And now on our own, we're out there making mini games for all ages.
Fantastic. And do you think it's harder for women to enter the game industry now than it is for men?
I think the difficulty would be in that they might not themselves think to do so. But the only other huge barrier is that of familiarity with programming code, that whenever I'm looking to expand my team, I'll put out an ad. I'm not going to ask for men to apply, but it's always men who do. So men are training themselves to be programmers in PHP and Flash, Java, whatever. And why is that? I would suggest that maybe it's girls don't think that it's an area that they can go into. It's just not introduced to them when they're young and in school, and maybe wanting to get to know math or that sort of thing. So it's a perception issue. But certainly I would, if she was qualified, hire a woman. Our webmaster is a woman, and she's fantastic.
Great. And what reaction do you get outside the games industry when you tell people what you're doing now?
Well, as you can probably tell, I'm a little long in the tooth. I've been in entertainment for a long time. I started out as a feature film producer, independent feature film producer, and developed a community of colleagues there, moved into television, developed a community of colleagues there. So now when I tell them I'm in games, they're all like, wow, really? And they find that awesome and not something they ever thought of. And when I meet people at game conferences such as this one, I'm the CEO of a company and I bring products to market, and everyone, if that's what we are to talk about, there's not a blink.
Great. And maybe not just in relation to games, but some of your previous experience, Karen, what do you feel you have to work harder to prove yourself to other people in the industry because you're a woman?
Yes, absolutely. So I started out as a technician on film sets. I was an assistant director. And I definitely felt that you had to work especially hard to be taken seriously, essentially. Now, I'm an entrepreneur and people accept you. If you're the entrepreneur, you're the one who's making it happen. But while I was working up the ranks, there was no question. I felt that I had to either adopt a kind of male posture or in other ways just learn how to be one of the guys. And it was a lot of effort. Yeah, there you go.
And okay, finally, what advice would you give to women wanting to enter the games industry now, either as a first job or possibly a changing career?
Well, my feeling is, as with any industry, you'll get work if you are proficient at the skills required. So obviously the first step is acquiring that proficiency. And if you're a girl, I think it starts there. So you're in school, if you're good or interested in math, think about the fact that maybe math could turn into a question of making games. If you love games also, the women in this industry who are spokespeople, they speak about their passion for games, they personally love them. The passion will take you to where you need to go. And don't be shy about stepping in there. If someone says, oh, interesting, you want to do games, you just nod and say, yes, isn't it? Don't let it, stop you, basically.
Very good. Karen Lee Hall, founder and chief exec of Heroic Interactive. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks.